Hey everyone, this is Riddle Hakarage Arrivan, and I'm here with my recap and review of Boruto, the anime, episode number 216, which is titled Sacrifice. And I like this episode. I also like some of the changes that the anime team made compared to the manga version. And I think the one certain change really drove the idea home about Naruto having to accept a sacrifice in order to save everyone, which I'll get to in a bit. Anyway, this episode opens up with Sasuke, Boruto, Naruto, and Ishiki in another dimension. And Naruto is like, Boruto, where are we? And Boruto's like, I have no idea. I just thought that I'll take everyone to another dimension the same way Momoshiki is able to, and the rest of the Otsutsuki are able to, so that we can deal with Ishiki away from the village. And Naruto is like, okay, so you basically have an act first, ask questions later nature, which I guess you got from me. So Ishiki is like, you know what? Even if you guys teleported me into a new dimension, it doesn't matter. I'm going to kill all of you. So Ishiki comes in to attack. Boruto goes in his base form in order to hit Ishiki, but Ishiki is way too fast because Ishiki's target right now is Boruto. So he ends up grabbing Boruto, and he takes him up into the sky. And Ishiki is actually quite surprised by how much of Otsutsukification, yeah, Boruto has gone through. He's like, at this point, you might have become 70% or at least 80% Momoshiki. How much more power do you have inside this body of yours? So Sasuke goes in, and Sasuke ends up switching places with Boruto, and then he ends up going in with the Chidori. And this was a scene which I liked. Like Ishiki ended up grabbing Sasuke's Chidori just like that. It didn't even phase him, and of course Sasuke is very worried. And Ishiki then ends up kicking Sasuke away. Like he really puts on a beating on Sasuke, and I'm like, the disrespect. But yeah, you can see Sasuke all the way there in the corner because he got hit by Ishiki, and Ishiki is like, you know what? I could use my teleportation jutsu to go back to the village and and continue my search for Kawaki. But but I know that you guys are just going to come after me, so it's going to be a back and forth, which I'm not a fan of. And also, Ishiki is running out of time. He basically has like a day or two to live. So Ishiki is like, I'm going to put a stop to you guys right now so that I can go ahead and rescue. Not rescue basically, and find Kawaki and put a karma mark on him. And I'm like, you know what, I understand where Ishiki is coming from, but technically the only person that's giving him trouble is Boruto and Sasuke. So if Ishiki decides to kill Sasuke, then the Rinnegan will be off the table, so he won't be able to follow after Ishiki. And then if he ends up killing Boruto, that would be a good thing as well. But yeah, I just think that Ishiki should have gone ahead and killed Sasuke if he really didn't wanted Naruto to come after him, because Boruto, I really doubt that Boruto has enough chakra to keep on following Ishiki with his teleportation jutsu. But yeah, anyway, Ishiki is like, I'm going to put a stop to you guys right here. So a fight ensues, and then we cut to Kawaki, and he's having this nightmare where he's remembering what Jigen told him about Kawaki having a hole in his heart, and it doesn't matter how much love or feelings that he has, all of those emotions will continue to leak out of his hole. The hole in his heart. And this is why Jigen is like, this is exactly why I gave you the karma mark, because only the karma mark is capable of filling the hole that you have inside of you. So Kawaki wakes up. He's in the hideout, the Anbu hideout that can't be sensed by Ishiki's Byakugan. This is where Shikamaru tells everyone that, you know what, Boruto, Sasuke, and Ishiki and Naruto aren't in the village anymore. The sensory unit is trying to keep track of them, but they're basically in another dimension and they're fighting Ishiki. And Amado is like, yep, at this point, all we have to do is wait and see how things unfold, because I did what I was able to do, and now, yeah, we just wait. We just need to be patient. And of course, Kawaki isn't patient now. In this episode, we did get a repetition of certain information which we already had about the divine tree and how the Otsutsuki use it. And I was like, you know what, this feels like filler content, padding, like you're padding the episode to reach the episode runtime. But I was like, yeah, okay, I guess we'll get more exciting stuff in the upcoming episode. So Naruto goes in to fight Ishiki again, but yeah, Ishiki is way too fast. He ends up kicking Naruto away. And then Naruto ends up grabbing Ishiki by his chakra arms because he's teaming up with Sasuke, because Sasuke is again coming in with the Chidori, and Naruto is like, you know what, if I hold Ishiki in place, then Sasuke can hit him with the Chidori. And at first I was like, wait, is Ishiki going to shrink himself? But no, that's not what he does. He ends up summoning those very, very heavy giant cubes, and I really like this scene. You can see Naruto with his shadow clones, and then Sasuke coming in with the Chidori, and then up top you can see the very heavy squares, and yeah, the squares end up dropping on Naruto and everyone, and Sasuke is again able to switch places just in time to dodge the attack, and one of the cubes ends up hitting Naruto's clones, and yeah, everyone is worried that Naruto ended up being damaged, but yeah, Naruto's like, no, I was able to dodge the cubes. And while Sasuke is up on a cube, Ishiki goes in to start hitting Sasuke, and as I said, disrespect, because Ishiki ended up hitting him a lot of times while he's in midair. So Naruto comes in with his Rasengans. Ishiki is able to absorb the Rasengans, and then Naruto is like, okay, I'll try something different. So he ends up going in with his chakra fists. But then again, even though Naruto is very good at taijutsu, Ishiki is just way too fast, and he's able to dodge all of Naruto's attacks, and then he ends up using those chakra rods in order to stop Naruto from fighting and moving. And Ishiki is like, you know what, this is the end of the road for you. And he ends up squishing Naruto between two giant cubes, and I was like, wait, what the heck just happened? But yeah, it was a very, very intense scene, which I liked. So Ishiki ends up focusing his direction on Boruto. He ends up throwing chakra rods towards Boruto, but Sasuke comes in and he protects Boruto. And Ishiki is like, you know what? That's exactly the part of my plan. I knew you were going to sacrifice yourself in order to protect Boruto. And as far as the chakra rods are concerned, like, this chakra rod is very, very near to Sasuke's crotch, and I was like, ooh, that could have turned out very, very bad for you, Sasuke. So yeah, Sasuke's down for the count, and Ishiki is like, I need you to take you off the board, and he goes in to squish Sasuke with a giant cube, but Boruto comes in with his Rasengan, and he tries to stop the cube. And at first I was like, wait. If Boruto's Rasengan is able to stop such a giant cube, I call BS, because it shouldn't be able to, because we all know that Naruto and Sasuke are stronger than Boruto's Rasengan. So why couldn't they just punch the cubes away? But yeah, it turns out that even though Boruto tried, his Rasengan isn't able to stop the cube from crushing Sasuke. But of course, because Ishiki doesn't want to kill Boruto, he ends up shrinking the cube away. And this is where Boruto is like, yep, my theory about you not being able to kill me, it has been proven right. And Sasuke is like, wait, what's happening? So yeah, turns out that Ishiki can't kill Boruto, because he needs to use him in order to create the divine chakra fruit, because he needs to feed Boruto to the Ten Tails. And this is where we get an explanation about Amado, where Amado is like, you know what, at this point, even though Naruto and Sasuke are strong, Ishiki is way too strong. He's basically a monster, and this is where we have to wait in order to see whether or not Boruto realizes his importance in front of Ishiki. And yeah, everyone is like, wait, what's this importance you're talking about? And yeah, Boruto's like, yep, my theory about you needing me, it has been proven right. So if you step any further, Ishiki, I'm going to kill myself. Boruto takes out his kunai, and yeah, Ishiki's like, are you really ready to do it? And yeah, this links to the conversation that Boruto had with Sasuke in the previous episode, where Sasuke is like, Boruto, are you ready to put your life on the line for the village? Are you ready for that? And Boruto is like, yep, I'm ready. I was ready ever since this battle started. So Ishiki, if you do something, I'm going to go ahead and kill myself. And of course that doesn't work, because before Boruto can hurt himself, Ishiki is able to shrink the kunai. And Ishiki is like, okay, so you saw through my plan. You know what I'm planning, that I need to feed you to the Ten Tails in order to create the divine chakra fruit. And basically we get an explanation about how the Otsutsuki travel in pairs, because one of the Otsutsuki has to be fed to the Ten Tails. Even though Ten Tails is a seed for a divine fruit, you can't just nourish him with soil and water, you have to feed the 10 tails. And yeah, because the Otsutsuki were in pairs, the Otsutsuki that was from a lower, that was as at a lower class, that Otsutsuki was fed to the 10 tails. And as far as Ishiki and Kaguya were concerned, Kaguya was the lower class Otsutsuki, so she was going to serve as a sacrifice, but then again she betrayed Ishiki, and that's why Ishiki wasn't able to destroy Earth all the way back then. And this is also where we get to know that the reason that Ishiki wants to feed Boruto is because if you feed the 10 tails a young Otsutsuki, a virile Otsutsuki, that creates a more potent chakra fruit than compared to feeding him an Otsutsuki that's close to dying, which was the Kara organization's initial plan about feeding Jigen to the 10 tails, and when the divine fruit would be created, Ishiki would still be able to resurrect himself through the karma mark, through Kawaki. But when the Kara organization realized about Boruto having the karma mark as well, this is where the plan changed, and this is where they were like, you know what, we can go ahead and feed Boruto to the 10 tails and get on with the divine tree thing. So yeah, because Kawaki doesn't have the karma mark no more, Amado notices how irritated Kawaki is, and Amado is like, wait, Kawaki, are you irritated because you feel powerless, or are you grieving over losing all of the power that you have? Now, this particular character arc is going to continue in this anime, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how the writers decide to develop Kawaki now that he doesn't have the karma mark on him no more. So coming back to Naruto, because Naruto is close to dying, he ends up having a conversation with Kurama, and Kurama is like, okay, so you're just going to die right now? And Naruto is like, no, I'm still clinging to life. I have to defeat Ishiki. And Kurama is like, so what's the plan? And Naruto doesn't have a plan per se. So Kurama is like, you know what, Naruto, I understand your resolve. I understand where you're coming from. So I have a secret power to give you. And Naruto is like, wait, so you had a secret power and you're just telling me about it now? And Kurama is like, yep, I have a secret power. And I'm telling you about it right now because I understand that you're ready to die. And I'm like, okay, so the narrative is trying to justify Kurama not telling Naruto about a new power before, during Naruto and even Naruto Shippuden. Where Naruto came to dying numerous times. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, even though the narrative is trying to justify that, we can all realize that, you know what, this wasn't originally planned. As far as my opinion goes, I highly doubt that Kishimoto had this originally planned all the way back when he was writing Naruto and Naruto Shippuden about giving Naruto a new mode. Anyway, Kurama is like, yeah, I also need you to understand that after you use this power, it's going to be over, but then again, you're going to die anyway, so you decide. Are you just going to die laying down, or do you want to die after trying this new power? Naruto's like, of course I'm going to try this new power. So we end up getting Naruto in his new mode. In the manga, it's called the Baryon mode, and I get that the tails are supposed to resemble the nine tails, but as far as my opinion goes, he kind of looks like a starfish. It's giving me Starro these from the DC comics. Like, these do not look like tails. These look like starfish limbs, in my opinion. So I really think that the animation team could have done a better job at making these look like tails instead of a starfish. So yeah, Naruto ends up standing between Ishiki and Boruto. And oh yeah, I forgot, because Ishiki was like, you know what, I even though I can't kill you, Boruto, it doesn't mean I can't hurt you. So Ishiki ended up breaking Boruto's arm and pressing down on his spine, so Boruto is down on the ground, he can't even stand up. So yeah, Naruto ends up appearing in between Ishiki and Boruto. He also uses one of the tails to heal Boruto a bit, and Naruto is like, you know what, son, I need you to calm down a bit. I need you to relax because daddy's got it. I'm going to put a stop to this fight right now. And this is where the episode ends. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next episode where we're going to have Ishiki versus Boruto in his new form, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, even Sasuke is surprised when it comes to Naruto's new form. And I'm like, yep, Naruto in his new form, we're going to get new toys, and I'm here for it, and new collectibles, and I'm here for it. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the episode down in the comment section below. Again, I liked it, even though I wasn't a fan of certain information being repeated in order to pad out the episode runtime. But yeah, there were certain very cool changes that they made, which I was a fan of. And I do think that Kurama and Naruto could have had a better conversation, could have had a longer conversation, but I think we might end up having getting that in the upcoming episode. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the episode down in the comment section below. And until next time, stay happy, stay safe, stay blessed. See you guys later.